Hello everybody and welcome back to the PokerStars Championship presented by Monte Carlo Casino. We are heads up here in our main event coverage. Things are wrapping up because we now know that it's going to be either Rafael Sorrentino or Andreas Klatt going to be crowned champion. A deal has been done. And right now there are 15.3 million chips in front of Sorrentino, 6.1 million in front of Klatt. They have shaken hands on the deal and will shake hands again just before we get the action underway. You can see third spot was Andre Bonda, got himself 271,500 euros. Maxim Pagnac was fourth, Michael Kolkovic fifth, and it feels like a million years ago, but Diego Zaita was the first out when we came back today. We have still got 40 minutes left on the clock at the 80,000, 160,000 mark. Here we go.
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck. Good luck, guys. Good luck, everybody. Thanks. Good luck, audience. Good luck, Twitch. Don't forget you can get in touch with us. We're keeping an eye on twitch.tv/PokerStars. We're also all over #PokerStarsTV. If I didn't mention it already, my name is Matthew, and he's Joe Stapleton.
Hello, my babies. I don't want to say Monaco's expensive, but yesterday I saw Gerard Butler working as an actual butler.
Let's hope that this is over quickly, because I think Joe is running.
I only have
probably about
six or seven more of these.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoyed dinner. Hope you enjoyed some of those highlights. Hope you're enjoying the free roll, which is underway. Last chance to play for free on this stop of the championship. We have maxed out. Thanks ever so much for your enthusiasm and participation. Don't forget also that the Scoop ticket's still up for grabs. Quick reminder that that is ticking over. If you play one of the Scoop spin and goes, win a hand, just a hand with pocket pairs. Get us the proof, boom us the link, get us a screenshot, including the hand ID, and get it to #PSC win.
It's either or on those two things, by the way. You can just boom. You can just boom it to us.
Yes.
Using PSC win as a hashtag, or you can screenshot it and include the hashtag.
Yes, because with
sorry,
the boom
and
it's
include
included.
the hand ID. Sorry.
Yeah. But you've got until 1 minute to midnight tonight to do that, and then you'll go into the draw.
Oh, yes.
And then tomorrow
nice.
at PokerStars TV on Twitter, we will announce our winners. That's it. Other than that, we have no idea how this is gonna go.
So, Matt, do you want to recap the deal? Were you aware there was a deal?
I'm aware there was a deal.
Am I stitching you up right now?
You're stitching me up in that I don't have a note of it. I didn't make a note of it because I wasn't on the air when it happened.
Here's what happened.
Tell me.
Sorrentino, because he had more chips, guaranteed himself 451,714 euro. Klatt guaranteed himself 402,786 euro. 15,000 reserved for the winner. But more importantly, potentially, the trophy still goes to the winner. And Klatt right now is looking at accomplishing something pretty frickin' sick, considering he outlasted a field of over 1,200 runners earlier in the week in the national championship, and now he's looking at outlasting a field of 727 at the end of the week. And forgive me for saying so, but that's disgusting, and it shouldn't be allowed. And I'm going to petition next year.
I agree.
To have him barred.
I think
if
that's
that
right.
happens.
Because it's not fair to the other players who can't do that.
Exactly. And so his only shot at being allowed back here next year is to finish second here.
It's like that. What was that? Dmitry Ivanovic. I mean, that was so rude when he ran.
So rude.
When he ran consistently brilliant at poker.
My goodness.
I think it's just rude, unfair.
Nico asks, is there another all-in triangle for us loyal viewers of all 5 days? Yes, there is, but unfortunately, we're at a weird stage of the tournament right now that we don't want to get a competition going and have things end.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky right now. I mean, if suddenly these guys balance in chips, or if they give us the vibe that we are in for 5 hours of grinding this out, that's one thing. Right now, we don't know. They've taken a break. They've done a deal. They might come back with a bit more of a gung-ho attitude.
Nothing to be gung-ho about on this flop with 9 high and 5 high. Something to be gung-ho about happening in the booth,
Waha?
however.
What do you mean, Joe? What sort of a tease is that?
Well, Matt, I'm going to let you handle it right after this. Please welcome to the booth.
Liv Barry. Hey, Liv.
Hi guys.
What are you doing here?
I came down to say hi.
That's nice of you. You're not even contractually obliged to be with us, are you? You're just hanging
I
out.
just come down to see you.
I mean, it doesn't hurt her contract.
I'm sure people don't mind. Well, they might. I don't know.
Depending on what she says.
I mean,
Yeah.
she did ask me to
It's
email.
a little hit and miss with me. You never know.
So, oh, no.
Oh, that wasn't all.
You owe me a Coke.
Oh,
Liv, any emotion right now about what's happening here? Do you have a feeling?
I have a friend at the table.
What?
Raffaele Sorrentino.
Raffaele's your friend. How
He's my
did you
friend.
get to become friends?
Just through on the former EPT circuit and now the PokerStars Championship circuit. Rafa's off and around and hangs out with the Italianos, and I'm good friends with them, and we play a Polish poker, and
What's Polish poker,
it's the
please?
funnest game.
Really?
Man.
It's brilliant.
When you started to say the pho, I was like, this is gonna be
No.
the one.
No,
But it's
the
just the
funnest
fun.
game.
Is it a game that can be explained easily now that we will grasp? Or not really?
Yeah, I
Feel
can try.
free.
I can have a try.
It
It's
uses a standard 79 card deck.
No, 52 cards. Usually you deal out, depending on how many people are playing, you'll deal out 4 or 5 cards each. And then you take it in turns to say the total number of cards. Say, I might say 2 pairs, 7 and 6s. That means that out of all the cards that everyone has, say like 24 cards, there's at least 7s. Well, there's 7s and 6s.
Kind of like
at least.
Perudo.
Possibly.
Or a little bit like
and then the
Liar's
next
Poker.
person, exactly, it's a bit like Liar's Poker. The next person then has to raise, and maybe say, 7s and 8s, something like that, and it keeps going and going until someone
goes-
doesn't want to raise anymore and says, I call, and then
Right.
everyone has to show whether the hand's there or not.
Yeah.
And as you can imagine, there's a lot of leveling and
Yeah.
What kinds of stakes and/or how big do these pots get?
they can get pretty big. It depends. Like usually, first person out pays double, and then
So if you fold first,
no, if you are the first person to bust, so you usually get 2 lives if you're the first one out.
so it's a tournament?
Kinda,
Okay.
yeah.
Meanwhile, we should probably just stare at this because something's happening.
Sure.
There's a pot of brewing.
It is a pot of brewing. There's a 4-house 7s full of 4s for Clat. Sorrentino has come along for the ride with his pocket deuces.
Probably hard for Rafa to put much more in the pot here.
$1.5 million already in the middle. Yeah, there's a dice game called Perudo where you have a cup with 5 dice.
Right.
And you do that, and you do the same. You go, I think, across the whole... And also
Yeah,
there were wild
similar
cards.
to that.
There are like wild dice. And the other thing is when you get caught out, you lose a dice, but it's not revealed. So you're trying to memorize how many dice are still even in play.
Yeah.
Because some guy might just have 1 die. Anyway, that sounds fun and really expensive if you get it wrong.
Clat making a nearly pot-sized value bet on the river. And he's done a good job of making this look fairly polarizing. Sorrentino is giving it a think. Is he a hero? Haven't seen too many hero calls at all at this final table.
Not their style at all, is it?
Don't be a hero.
And rightly so, because we haven't seen a ton of bluffs either, I don't think. Not a ton of river bluffs.
We said it when we were still 6, 7, 8-handed. They're kind of like old school. Bet when you got it. Slow down when you're worried about it.
Oh, I like this new graphic.
Yeah, it gives us a little recap so we can see.
The problem is it happens to be right here, but this is what the graphic is every time. So it's only a very specific situation we get to use it.
Oh, that exact one.
That was it.
When
We've
the
been
pot is
waiting. We've been waiting 5 days for exactly that sequence of play to
You
happen.
guys need to work on.
We're going to.
It's not
Diversifying that
terribly,
graphic
yeah,
at
it's
all.
not terribly versatile.
We've also got check, bet, fold. That one we've used a couple times, but that's it really. Just the 2 scenarios. Up to 39 bigs with that little tickle from Mr. Andreas Klatt. How long are you in town for?
Meant to have left already.
Well, you've done a very bad job of
The
that.
plane's waiting.
They're waiting, you know. It's fueled up, ready to go. No. I imagine we probably missed the flight back tonight, so yes, tomorrow morning. It's Igor's birthday today.
Oh,
We
wow.
were meant to be at dinner, but that got delayed because he was
But
doing
poker.
well. Yeah, exactly. And then I started playing some poker.
I saw Adam Levy put out on Twitter about how he was going to try to do Rocket League bar nights in Vegas this summer, and Matt Waxman wrote back, Queens for Clat after a limp in by Sorrentino. And Matt Waxman says, I'd love to come if I'm not playing. And I was just like, that's the response you get from poker players nonstop from May 1st to August 15th every summer. Yeah, if I'm not playing. Yeah, if I'm not playing. And you end up, I don't know about you, I end up seeing 0 people during that time. If I'm not playing doesn't really exist in Vegas.
Razor win after the limp attempt from Sorrentino there.
Has it been a lot of sort of limped buttons? Or
Well, we're brand new to Heads Up.
This is it.
That's true.
This is literally the first couple of hands of Heads Up we've had, because once they got down Heads Up, did the deal, shook hands, went to dinner.
Roy asked, didn't I see Davy Jones and a few other crew members play that game in Pirates of the Caribbean? I think they played with dice, right? Dice in the cup?
That's the one I'm mentioning.
Okay,
Peru,
yeah. So another horrible Stapes dad story. So when I told my dad that I'd learned to play Liar's Poker, I had just had a birthday, so at 20, he's like, let's play. And then we played and he beat me and he took it. And that was supposed to be his lesson to not play, to not gamble.
How much did he take you for?
$20.
Harsh.
I used to get money like, once or twice a year, so just had to wait. It was only 2 more months to Christmas.
Whenever Joe starts telling a story about his like family, just like get your phone and just like get engrossed, because it's going to be a really miserable story.
Oh, I know.
It involves sticks and beatings and being left in the
No, he
yard.
would punch me in the stomach every day. That's not a beating.
It's the only way that you learn. Don't get punched in the stomach by parents.
Now when Liv punches me, I barely tear up at all.
Gotta make a man out of your son.
Not far off.
Joe loves that kind of thing.
Give me the little finger. There he was with the pliers.
Such a alpha as a result.
Good lord.
Yep.
He made you into the confident, self-assured man that you nearly are today. $10-3. What do you think he's got in this spot? 10-3 a lot of the time?
Probably. Seems like it.
Cards Up coverage is great after fumbling, stumbling, tumbling all week long. I'm going to put him on a range here, and that range is a 9 of hearts, 3 diamonds, mostly.
Thank you for the birthday wishes for Eagle and the Sea Monkey. It's very sweet of you.
I don't know if I'm going to have time to do this, but I'm going to...
I gave Igor directions how to get down to the commentary booth, by the way. Lol. This place is a maze.
Igor is going to be the Undersea Monkey soon.
Yeah.
He is. When you do know you're never going to see him again.
I'm going to do a photo for Blunt to Joker on Twitch. It says, Stapes trying to low-key get Liv to touch him. Oop, our headphones just whacked together.
You're now
There
married.
we go.
Jack
And
four
on
suited.
Igor's birthday, too.
I know. What a treat for him. Man, these boys are currently grinding things. Taking it nice and easy here. We as a team just have no idea whether this will be over like before the free roll's done, or whether when we start the first free roll in Sochi, they'll still be going. They could just keep grinding forever.
Did you see the plumbus I tagged you in yesterday, Liv?
No? You tagged me in a plumbus?
On Instagram, yeah. There was like a, not just like a plastic one, like a
Of like legit?
really disgusting,
Oh,
legit looking plumbus.
Full of schleem?
Tons of schleem.
What else? What are the other?
That's the only thing I
Constituent
remember.
I
parts.
can't remember.
Because it's safe for later batches,
Yeah,
the schleem.
it's recycled.
I've always wondered how they make them. King 3 off for Sorrentino.
I want to get Igor a plumbus for his birthday.
I got some off Etsy a couple years ago. I would start there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
People are legit making them?
Yeah, mine were plastic, but there's some really good ones out there now.
King 5 versus King 3. Thanks a lot, Flop. The Splorg is another one.
Splorg.
The Splorg is part of that equation, according to your Legrand. Fleeb juice, Fleem.
Fleem. Yes, definitely Fleem.
I had my Mr. Meeseeks t-shirt on yesterday.
Yeah, Mr. Meeseeks, look at me.
Gonna have to rewatch all of that when I get home now.
Love it.
Well, he hit a continuation, always easier when you've actually hit some part of the flop. Sorrentino up to nearly 15 million versus 6.6 mil for Andreas Klatt. And in fact, this probably the last hand of this level. We're not taking any breaks because we took the break about 14 minutes.
Oh, look at that.
Still on the clock. Look at that beauty.
I want one of them.
We all do.
I don't.
The door in my front room, it just shuts itself, and that would just be absolutely
I
perfect.
used the one Vanessa Selbst gave me to do that for a while when I lived in London.
She gave you a what? A trophy?
She gave me a PLO trophy
That's nice.
from Prague a couple years ago.
She hates me. She'd never give me anything.
She doesn't hate you.
She does. It's official.
Funny story,
What?
Liv, is that I saw Vanessa at the party, same one I was at with you. And we'll see if anything develops here. If it goes much beyond a flop, we'll pick things up. I started the same party as you, and she was like, "Hey, every time I go into the booth, it's James and Matt, and I really like being with you, so I'm going to tell them that I want to be in the booth with you." And you've said something similar. You're like, "I haven't been in the booth with you for a while. Like,
Yeah,
I want to make sure."
mix it up
yeah.
sometimes, yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, cool." So then the next day, Vanessa's coming in, and a producer comes over, and he's like, "Look, Vanessa's coming in the next level, but she said she only wants to be on with Joe. So Matt, you introduce her, but then you gotta
Oh, no!
get out of the booth." What?
Did she actually say only wants to be? Or probably not, right?
So I was like, "Look, I'm sure that's a mistake. I'm sure that she was saying that she wants to make sure that I am in the booth, but not that
Right.
it's only me." And the producer's like, "No." She was very clear. Just
I'm
stays.
devastated. I'm like, oh my God, what
What have I done? Yeah.
And then so Vanessa shows up, and Matt's like, "Oh, hey, so just I'm gonna introduce you, but then I'm gonna get out of here." And Vanessa, being very astute,
Yes.
is like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "No, it's cool. I'm just gonna bounce."
I thought I did it. I thought I handled it quite well. I thought I didn't give any inkling at all that anything was going on. I was
She
just
could
like,
sense,
Yeah.
and then she was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, there's been a mistake. I wasn't saying that. I don't hate you, Matt." But then it ended up being like a fun thing.
And
So
now it's a thing.
yeah, so when we saw her yesterday or a few days later at the charity event, she went up to me and she's like, "What are you doing here? Get lost."
Ironically, it's just brought us closer. That hand incidentally didn't go any further. Sorrentino re-raised with his big hand. Klatt folded. And now a king 8 off.
So this is the first hand of the new blinds level.
Yeah, we're up to 100,000, 200,000, 25K ante. Another 1 hour 30 on the clock.
Oh, king versus an ace. Playable heads up.
More than
This
so.
is going to take forever. They're super deep, right?
Yeah, that's what James is fearing.
James is despondent head nod.
That's why James is getting so into the free roll, because you know that will be at least a couple of hours killed.
Guys, just so you know, if this goes the way it's gone in Monaco in the past, I gotta go. My car's coming at 5 a.m. So,
You'll be all right.
and it's my dad. I can't be late.
High
He beeps the horn once and then he leaves.
High loops noticed.
Smig says, I think Liv loves me. She just doesn't know it yet.
Possible.
Ooh.
Somebody says, hi, Liv. It's Joey from Burning Man. Seems unlikely.
It actually seems pretty likely.
There's always someone called Joey at Burning Man.
All right, let's see. No aggression
Yeah,
post flop.
or post turn.
And this is what this
Or
has been going on a
post-river.
lot here at this final table. If I think if you've been watching the whole thing, there have been some spots you've been like, "Oh, why aren't you betting?"
Make some pots.
Been
That-
a lot of checking it down,
Yeah.
and at least their flags don't look the same.
Look at them, they're still there.
This
I gotta go kill
you
this girl.
really need to have a word.
That would
The
really
hell?
freak me out
Look
if
at that
this
leg.
Liv appeared on camera and actually started choking the other Liv.
Second
And they smashed into the
version of me.
table and the chips go over. That would be great viewing figures.
time loop.
Blunted Joker says we just got 500 more viewers for showing live on screen for 3.2 seconds.
Turn the webcam on.
We tried it earlier
we
in the
can't-
week and it was an epic fail.
Why? It doesn't work?
Press the button to see what happens.
Press the button.
It doesn't. It's not rigged. No, not there. There's a.
There's like a Jeopardy clicker.
So look, you don't get anything. You just get another version of the screen.
Why did you? Well, wow. Sorry, guys.
They've not thought about it.
You'll see me wearing a completely different outfit to the one you just saw. No. So, Rafa, Ace King, Clat, Jack 7.
Nice pronunciation. Welcome. I mean, we're losing our minds, but we've been here all day long. You've been here.
I'm really adding value, as you've noticed.
No, I mean, what else are you going to do at this stage? I mean, we've been saying it, the audience has been saying it, is with these guys, if they continue, if they play through heads up the way they've been playing mostly, it is going to need a cooler. Another thriller. Look, will you stop singing licensed music? It costs us an absolute fortune. We've already blown so much of the R&D budget.
If I'm singing it in a different key, I don't think it's the same song.
No. And even if you just sing it badly, as long as it's recognizable. Thriller, thriller. That's probably all right. But then there's no value.
Flat. Jack 7 offsuit again.
3 days 4, 50.
Rafa's gonna defend.
8-4.
Wait a second, that's a really big raise by Clat. Anyone else see that? Or is this a 3-bet pot? No. Aren't the blinds 40-80? No, okay. I'm just living in a different world. The blinds are 100, 200.
The thing is, I've got a horrible feeling that the real Liv is out there and that you're the Liv bot.
I'm for sure a bot.
Because she's much more switched on than this.
I am a complete bot of myself right now. I've only got the basic install of language.
Right, so it's just the iOS. There's none of the special apps have been installed yet.
Nothing.
The comedy app, the poker app.
I'm like running on minimal CPU.
So just the stuff that keeps you walking and breathing.
Barely.
Wow.
Barely. I've just got preloaded comments.
I'm going to come in at this point and just verify that this is the real Liv Barry. And
have you been outside?
Just to verify the stats and make it clear that no blinds are 100, 200 with a 25k ante. It's level 32 now. And we still have 2 players remaining.
I've had a really long week, guys. I know you guys must have too. But this is this is what you guys are trained to do. I am not.
You say that, but I'm going to say that our week's been tougher.
Probably.
I don't know if you heard.
I'm not going to argue.
But also, that was the Liv bot. You know, I said the self-destruct after 8 minutes. That noise then, that was it. I hope Igor wasn't hurt. It sounded quite extreme.
He loves the Liv bot.
So, sorry, Liv. Obviously, I missed the first part of the heads-up battle, so I missed the kind of background story. I know that you and Igor are backing Sorrentino here. Is this not financially backing, but you're supporting is the word I meant to use. How do you know him? What's the deal with Rafael?
What's the deal with him? He's one of the Italians. He's got one of the most contagious laughs in poker. I don't suppose you've probably heard it because people tend to not be doing much laughing in final tables.
He's barely grunted. He's not made any noise.
He's one of the world's biggest gigglers.
I like a man who giggles. You're welcome. Thank you. That'll be LivBots doing the athletics show now.
Yep. Just off screen. Sorry, guys.
An 8 for Clat. He is ahead.
8 for 225.
Sorrentino.
I have to run because it's Igor's birthday and I'm being a bad girlfriend.
Well, look, thanks.
I will love you all. Love you, Twitch folks. Love you, Twitter folks. I will speak to you next time. I'm sorry I was only a bot version of myself, but I will see you all soon.
We'll see you soon. Thank you, darling.
Oh, thanks for the live box. Drops mic, out the door, gone, done. Happy birthday, Igor.
We did say it wasn't a scheduled stop in the booth. She just very kindly popped down, but I mean,
how did she create so much carnage here? I came back in from the bathroom and had to step over so much clutter.
I don't know.
There's like phones plugged into computers that shouldn't be. There was like 2 different bags on the floor, a pair of headphones that I've never seen before.
She came in, said, I really shouldn't be here. And then she disappeared again immediately. Then she came back, plugged in, needed to charge her phone, leave some stuff here. I've got a feeling that she only picked up the microphone out of kind of guilt. She took all the water. I saw her stuff a whole bunch of PG Tips tea bags into her handbag as she went.
Much?
Well, it was a flying visit, but always worthwhile.
Yeah, I have to say, obviously, there's not been a lot of dynamic action at this final table thus far. It's been quite a slow final table. The pace of play's not been particularly speedy. But in a bizarre way, we've had a lot of fun. We've had Daniel in the booth, Felipe, a flying visit from Liv.
Yeah, I must admit, you guys at home can tell us, but it doesn't feel like we've struggled to entertain ourselves between us. Klatt makes the call with the 8, and it's a good call.
So I am basically trying to make a deep run in the free roll to keep myself entertained I expect a long grind into the early hours.
Well, especially as Andreas Klatt was down to 30 bigs a little while ago, and I thought, well, maybe if he loses 1 or 2 more, then this does indeed go the way. But as it's now 41 bigs versus 66, these guys just, I mean, there's a big chip deficit, but that means that they're both deep. It's an hour and 17 minutes before the blinds go up. And considering it took for the blinds to kind of destroy the guys grinding it out, if we need that same kind of instigation from the blinds to help us decide this heads up, we've got a while before the blinds start putting the pressure on. So if the players don't, I would say definitely get your comfortable socks on, kids.
Now, as I said, Matt, obviously because I had to make a pre-booth bathroom trip after dinner, I didn't hear whether you guys had gone through the details of who these 2 players are. Obviously, Liv mentioned that she knows Rafael. He's one of the Italians, but have we gone through this guy's poker resume in the last few minutes?
No, we haven't. No, Liv gave us the more personal vibe, but we didn't actually get very far into the serious stuff. So feel free.
Yeah, so basically Rafael used to work in the rental industry, renting cars and villas on the island of Ibiza, then discovered online poker, originally played in Italy on the .it site, and then, of course, met Mustafa Canet, met Dario Sammartino, and they said, look, if you want to make serious money, you need to play against the rest of the world. So he relocated to Malta, and that's where he got a lot of help, a lot of coaching.
I'm just going to stop you there because, look, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is a straight. And I checked with my hand ranking business card, but top pair with a 10 kicker for Klatt is actually 4%, but he will probably quite like this. I wonder how Sorrentino's going to play it.
Wow, top pair against a straight.
I mean, there we were right on the back of a sentence saying, I think it's going to take for the cards or blinds to make this come to a conclusion. And this is potentially quite a damaging situation for Klatt. Twitch getting quite excited about this, understandably so.
I mean, there's a chance here for Sorrentino to get a lot of those chips back from Klatt.
Yeah, having got himself up from 30, that's the shortest we saw him, down to 30 big blinds, where you did think if this gets much lower, the dynamics are going to change from deep to more optimal. A raise to 1.5. I mean, Klatt could even go bonkers here. Because let's be honest, right now, if you put your hand on your heart and said, do you think you're ahead? There's only a couple of specific hands you're worried about. Sorrentino just happens to have one of those absolute killers. But reaching for the 100,000s. Makes the call. Wow. This is going to be a massive, massive, massive pot here. 4 million on the nose.
So Klatt has 8.3 million behind. 4 of spades, that is an action killer.
Yeah. I mean, that could work out well for Klatt. Let's not, you know, think about it. It's a massive re-raise there. It's a massive re-raise from Sorrentino. And when Klatt makes the call, it's a great kind of card to represent on if Sorrentino shows any kind of hesitancy.
Equally, it's a card that potentially saves Klatt from losing any more chips. Some of the hands that Sorrentino will be raising flop with will be 2 spades.
For sure. I mean, everybody could have a bit of this. In fact, they do, but you know what I'm saying.
That said, it is hard to fold a pair heads up, especially top pair.
I mean, you know, and that's the thing, is that the river does complete a lot. Wow. Oh, could you push that a little bit closer to the dealer, please? That
So
seems
remember,
like...
these are the 100K chips.
Yeah.
2,500,000.
2,500,000. More than half pot. Yeah, Sorrentino's screaming strength right now, and Klatt wisely lays it down.
Yeah.
But we are back in a situation, Matt, where Klatt has 6.3 million, around 30 big blinds, pretty much where we started this heads-up battle.
You think?
Yeah, it's going to take a couple of those. By the way,
It's really
a couple
bad
of
this
messages coming in. Don't worry, boys and girls, we do have some competitions and games to play with you. So if this does go for a grind, don't worry, we will make this as entertaining as possible.
Yeah, we've just double-checked what prizes we still have available. So just to pick up on what I was saying about Sorrentino.
Sorry, please, yes.
Yeah, he said that Mustafa Kanat was the guy who turned his life around, really focused his game, improved his game. And obviously after living in Malta for a while, Rafael then relocated to Mexico, where he now plays online. Has had some great results in live events, including in London in 2014, where he near bubbled the final table, busting in 10th place to Sebastian Pauli, the guy who eventually won that tournament. And then there's Andreas Klatt. Now, I did hear Joe mention his amazing accomplishment, having bested that 1,200 plus field in the national championship here in Monaco. He's already won 151,000 euros this week, and now could potentially win the main event as well. Mainly an online player, but Klatt understandably is thinking of making the transition to the live circuit in the near future. By the way, I incorrectly said that Maxim Paniak was the last online qualifier standing.
Yes.
Obviously, Rafael Sorrentino also won his seat online, but bear in mind, this guy is a live events regular. He's on the tournament circuit. He is one of those players who would have been here no matter what, whether he'd won his seat for a fraction of the buy-in or not.
Yeah, normally when we talk about our qualifiers, they are the players that wouldn't ordinarily be dabbling in this kind of field, this sort of level. Have probably got him, you know, what was our boy Robert qualifier? He got him for $80 or 80 euros or something. So a different kind of qualifier. Klatt's hit his 3. Sorrentino has the better hand with the pocket 4s, but the board getting exceptionally scary. By the way, thanks to the likes of Undersea Monkey and Smitty, saying they're thoroughly enjoying themselves. Good. Happy to be kicking your weekends off with some good poker coverage. Check, 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 check. And though it didn't get out of hand, it's going to be another win for Sorrentino. 27 big blinds for Andreas Klatt after this one. He's going to have to stop the rot shortly.
So right now we are 20 minutes into level 32. Blinds 100,000, 200,000 with a 25,000 ante. Sorrentino leads Klatt by some margin now. 81 big blinds for the Italian, 25 big blinds for the German.
One of our Twitch viewers thinks that they saw a third live bot out on there. I mean, let's be honest, if you had 11 billion, it might be one of your purchases. Queen 8, 10 deuce. Whoever it is that brought their stepladder in from home, they really need to get out.
I mean, I know this is the last day, and obviously everything's got to be packaged up and shipped to Sochi for the end of the month. But guys, come on.
We do normally wait.
Playing.
Yeah, we do normally wait until, like, you know, the chips are all off the table and the trophy's been handed over.
No. Oh.
I do have visions of a trophy presentation with a Morecambe and Wise-like clean-up team just sweeping and hoovering around them.
Well, you joke about that. There was a situation a couple of years back. No, it's more than a couple of years. 7 years ago now. It was 2010 when the high roller final table was played the day after the main event. So we'd had the main event, Nicolas Schweiti had lifted the trophy, and then the next day they came back to play the high roller final table. And I remember it was Olivier Busquet, heads up against Tobias Reinkemeyer. The room had literally been emptied. All the other tables had been taken out, and there was somebody vacuum cleaning the floor of the Salle des Etoiles while these two guys are playing heads up for hundreds of thousands of euros.
3 days, 450. Faithful.
So a couple of raise and take it's. One goes Sorrentino's direction, the other goes to Klatt. And we're coming up on hand 130 of the final table.
I wonder what sort of hand count we would normally be at, because we mentioned it a few times, it has been slower today. I don't know like for like where we would usually find ourselves around this time, just gone 10 p.m. here local time. This is moving at an okay pace. I mean, they're being a bit selective, but then look at the cards they get. 9 deuce. Who wants to play that? Ace 8, however.
Yeah, so I mentioned that Sochi is the next leg of the tour. PokerStars Championship goes to Russia at the end of this month. If you want to watch the live stream, it kicks off on the 27th of May as we cover the last 5 days of the main event. And I can confirm that it will be myself, Joe, and Matt bringing you live coverage of the PokerStars Championship Sochi main event. Our live stream runs 27th to the 31st of May, PokerStars TV. Remember, the schedule will be published shortly. Now, I think action starts at noon local time, which will be 11 a.m. European time, 10 a.m. London time.
That's pretty manageable. I think our viewers will be okay with that. Perhaps a little bit earlier than usual, but still very doable. A raise from Klatt's ace 8 off, the 5-3 defending.
Pretty good flop for ace 8.
Yeah, but also a pretty bad flop as far as ever getting paid off to any considerable degree. But I guess when you're down to a sub 30 big blind stack, you're more than happy to just pick up some initial actions, blinds and antes. Razorheart suggesting with 11 billion, I would buy U2, fire the edge, and replace him. I'd also have to get some guitar lessons because I'm a bass player. Adam Clayton, that's the one you need to fire into space.
What would be more entertaining would be to buy U2, fire Bono, and replace him with Bondar.
Wow, there's a thought.
So this is the competition I wanted to do. There was a full circle gag. Now, if you remember, what was the password for tonight's free roll?
Rue Paradis.
Rue Paradis. Now, do you know what famous piece of pop culture had a very distinct scene where Rue Paradis was a part of the plot?
No, but it did ring a bell when we first gave it out.
James is, I can see the gears are grinding in his head.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get it, Joe. Fill us in.
When Brian's daughter in Taken is under the bed, she's shouting the address of the apartment in Paris, which is Rue Paradis. And then, for what reason were they in Paris?
They scored 50.
For the PokerStars Championship.
That's right.
No.
They're there for... No, they were following the band U2 around for the summer in Europe. And if you ask me, that's the least believable thing about that entire movie. Is that teenage girls... That's right. It's harder than it looks, isn't it, Matt? Teenage girls will be following the band U2 around in the modern era. But,
wow. So it all
but it all comes full circle with Bondar and Rue Paradis, huh?
So Jack 7 against Queen 10, which translates to top pair against a gut shot.
Spadey spade on the turn. More draws for Sorrentino.
Spadaroo.
Yeah, Klatt with a no good flush draw.
James's Spadey sense is tingling.
3 bet 575.
So Klatt bets what is currently the best hand, 70% favorite, 575,000 into 950,000. Sorrentino calls.
Yeah, that overcard and the 10 of spades, just way too tempting. Clat's still ahead, though. Still ahead.
So disappointing. You've got every draw imaginable on the turn. It's always a pair, too. You're like, how can it be an 8? There's already an 8 out there. Give me something different.
I mean, that's the thing is the board is blocking the board.
Right.
You think it's not going to be an 8, so I haven't got to worry about that. Oh, it's an 8. Thanks. No straight. No overcards. No spade. Unbelievable.
850.
Did I miss the yacht thing?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Did you have a really hilarious retort?
No, I just wanted to see him.
Well, Matt just posted a picture. If you search hashtag PokerStarsTV.
This is, I didn't even know it was a thing this morning. I just happened to look out and see these.
Do you know this is right out my window, and when I'm on these trips, I don't turn on the television, I don't open the shades. It could have been nuclear war outside my window, and I wouldn't find out till my skin started melting off.
So Clat claims some more back. 34 big blinds for Andreas, 72 big blinds for Rafael.
Clickety-clat.
14.8 million playing 7 million. So Sorrentino still has a 2-1 chip lead over his opponent. 30 minutes into the 100-200 blind level.
I'm going to steal and develop an idea from Cascap Dal here. He's saying that the slower they take, the trophy should edge closer and closer to the exit. So that if the players don't speed up, the trophy just leaves the room. So we're going to have the trophy on like a conveyor belt, a really slow moving, like imagine.
Well, maybe one that goes under the floor.
Yeah, 20 times. Oh, right, just on a lowering platform.
Yeah, like a James Bond 7 hours to escape being dipped into hot lava.
I like the metaphorical strength of the fact that as it moves away, the players can actually see it on this really slow carousel just exiting the building. It's a good idea.
Clat raises, Sorrentino calls. 10-7 against Trey Deuce. 10 high, still good.
I mean, that 575.
Let's it go.
How did all the money not go in there? What happened? Are these two soft playing each other? They made a deal.
There would be little point in doing that.
Yeah, let's remind everyone of the terms of the deal that was agreed before the dinner break. I have to say, no argument. They literally just inputted the stacks into the deal up calculator. Pure chip chop with 15K left to play for. Sorrentino guaranteed 451,714 euros. Clat has locked up 402,786 euros. The winner will get the additional 15K plus the trophy.
It turns out there was more in the deal than we actually heard here. I talked to Liv, who is good friends with Rafael, and it turns out that as part of the deal, Andreas has to go to Rafael's birthday party in December.
Is this a bit?
Well, now if you point it out as a bit, it's not going to live up.
I thought you had me.
He just didn't want to commit and then find disappointment.
And then for a week, Rafael has to pose as Andreas' secretary. And they thought it would be a fun little...
Look, Joe, if you're bored, you can just step away from the commentary booth.
Well, where do you think I've been? Coming up with that bit.
Man.
We know what you do. They've got this thing behind us, like this Twitch background that people very rarely get to see, and apart from when I'm speaking to Lee Jones. And you use it as this, like, bedroom. You go behind there and you go to sleep.
Yes, but the problem is these two English numpties keep nattering on when I'm trying to get some solid sack time in there.
You told us the other day that you were actually quite comfortable until Elke came in, and you sensed a presence. A presence I've not felt since the last time Elkie was in the booth.
It was a disturbance in the force, and also I could feel the floorboards creaking next to my head.
Well, that's got to be slightly disconcerting.
Now, apart from the fact that he wasn't wearing sunglasses, what was unusual about Elkie's last appearance in the booth?
I could understand 80% of what he said.
What
Did he not say so sick one time?
That's true, but
He
also...
didn't have Mal with him.
Exactly,
Didn't have
Mal
Mal
5 was not with him.
Maybe they removed Mal 5 from his septum. Like that's where Mal 5 had placed its
Or
powers.
maybe they've inserted Mal
Oh,
5.
he's just in there permanently now.
I will always have him with him so sick. And Inception. They've...
Elkie's like, look, while you're in there, can you put Mal 5 in my stomach? And then when he goes through airport security, they're like, excuse me, sir, we're sensing a Mal 5.
And if you lean down, you can hear... Disco, 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 disco.
We'd love to talk about the poker guys, but these two are checking more than a guy walking away from an ATM. Oh.
We have got quite deep players. I think we're going to get a good few hours of chatting with these.
You know how everybody always looks back to make sure that their transaction's
make sure
actually over?
Make sure they definitely haven't got any part of this whatsoever.
So Klatt has the best hand with Jack High. It's hand 135, by the way, which sees Sorrentino bluff at this and get the best hand to fold.
Did you guys ever hear the story of Eric Audet? He was a guy, American poker player, who got wrapped up in with some bad people and ended up getting arrested in Pakistan for some smuggling charges, and spent years in prison, but learned the language, got himself out of jail, became his own lawyer, but he survived, he said, by playing poker.
No.
And that he would play poker with the guards and with the other prisoners, and that's how he'd be like, I would win dinner, I would win, stuff to trade, and that's how he lived through the situation. We got a hand shaping up here.
Yes, we do. Klatt's paired is 5. Sorrentino has a straight draw and a flush draw.
See, the problem is, you guys get all excited. I've lost my faith in this, because I get the feeling unless both players definitely hit what they consider to be the best hand.
Comes 2 black aces and checks down.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, by now we would have expected Sorrentino to bet anyway.
Well, Sorrentino now moves in front by pairing a 6. He checks the turn.
I mean, I'm sorry, I hate to be right, but isn't that ridiculous? Isn't that a bit crazy? We're heads up. You got a pair, you got yourself a great draw, and these guys are going to go check, and the best hand's just going to win. This isn't poker. This is cards.
Check it down.
See?
6 good.
Anyway, I was liking your.
6. Yeah.
Oh, the anecdote about Eric.
Yeah. Oh, is that it?
I mean, there's more details to it
No,
than that,
I mean,
but
that's
it's not my story to tell.
It's pretty awesome.
I guess you were
Why'd you know about it?
I don't know.
Oh, we were
you
friends.
should bet.
Oh, wow.
After it all happened, I didn't know him before that. But
Oh, you weren't one of the prison guards?
he said he should have known ahead of time that he was getting paid so much money to travel with luggage that really he should have known that it was not on the up and up. But
So where are we at right now? Sorrentino starts this hand with 15.28 million. Klatt with 6.54 million, roughly 75 bigs for Sorrentino and 31 bigs for Klatt.
he told the story on an old episode of Poker Road Radio, which is out there somewhere.
Sorrentino with 6-4 on the button. Klatt with 7-6.
How was there no betting on that last hand, Joe?
It's a good question.
Thanks.
Pairing a flush draw, I'm like, can I bet more than? Can I take out a loan and bet more than these chips?
Take your watch off. Keys to the Ferrari.
King 10-4, bottom pair for Sorrentino, nothing for Klatt.
Definitely getting checked down to showdown.
Yeah, got checked on the flop. We get a jack on the turn, puts a flush out there. It gets straightier. Once again, the action goes check, check. Ace of hearts on the river, and I don't see anyone betting now. Oh, hang on.
What?
I thought Klat's going to bluff this. He looked at his chips. Honestly, he genuinely looked at them.
That's what we're looking for at this point, someone looking at their chips.
That'll make it onto the PokerStars blog.
There you go.
Come on.
And then the hero call. Wow, he did. He called.
Sorrentino calls with the 4.
Man, that's the first snap thing I've seen.
Flush. No?
No flush, just a pair.
Wow.
So he likes that, but he doesn't like the previous situation. I'm out of here.
Well, now the gap has widened. 80 bigs for Sorrentino, 30 bigs for Klat.
And value, bro. Not too much, but
That's true.
As you can see, most of the tables have ceased action inside the Salle des Etoiles as the PokerStars Championship here in Monte Carlo draws to a close. For one last time, we open the curtains and look out over Monte Carlo Bay.
Wow, cool.
That's so sexy.
It is a beautiful room. We call it the most beautiful poker room in the world, and I appreciate it's not a dedicated poker venue, but it's such an amazing place.
Have you ever been to Foxwoods?
Oh, queens for Klat.
Okay.
Probably gonna get behind this one.
Raises to 450,000. Sorrentino has got aces.
Oh.
Don't see this checking down.
Oh my God, I hope you're right. We said there was a good chance we were going to have to rely on the cards to make this go anywhere.
3-bet from Sorrentino. Action back on Klat. I think I know how he's going to respond.
4-bet alert.
All in.
call.
4-bet shove
My
and a
mistake,
call,
I
and
wanna
this
make
could
1
be
million.
it.
80% chance this is it.
Klat with the queen, Sorrentino with the aces.
Wanna
4
make,
to
raise
1
1
favorite
million.
to win.
Nice race, nice race.
Lui le donne gli assi. Ho miscliccato, ho fatto 1 miliardo.
And he spilled water on himself. Just great.
And Twitch goes wild. Good luck, Twitch.
I guess that's it.
No more luck.
Who knows? I've never had aces cracked before.
Ho detto, mo lo flatto, lo clicco. Ho detto, vabbè, lo clicco.
He was too excited getting aces. Why didn't you just go all in?
So we were on the verge of crowning a champion here in Monte Carlo. An 8-deuce-deuce flop. Aces still way ahead. Andreas Klat looking for a queen on the turn or river to survive.
First hurdle over.
Yeah.
This tournament is all over unless
Almost.
the river card is the queen of clubs or the queen of diamonds. It's a deuce and it is over. Rafael Sorrentino wins the PokerStars Championship Monte Carlo main event.
Andiamo.
Andreas Klat cut himself a nice deal though.
With the aces.
Better than second place money. Good move.
Thank you.
Sorrentino congratulated by so many members of the Italian poker community, including his good friend, Mustafa Canet, the man who he credits for making him the poker player that he is today. That player is a champion. So a reminder that they did
No
cut the
win this
deal.
time.
I'm not fired this time.
Sorrentino guaranteed himself 451,000.
Go back.
Klat gets just over 400,000.
Almost. Almost, yeah.
And relax. A hard day's work. Certainly a grind.
This, the first European stop on the 2017 PokerStars Championship and our first European winner, Rafael Sorrentino from Italy. Matt, a great tournament, a great week of streaming.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope you all enjoyed it. As always, let me just thank everyone that joined us on Twitter and Twitch. Always a pleasure to have you guys with us. Come see us in Russia.
Let's give that man his trophy. Let's go back to the floor and Joe Stapleton for the winner's presentation.
Welcome to the winner's presentation for the PokerStars Championship presented by the Monte Carlo Casino. Here to help me present the trophy are Edgar Stuckley, Director of Live Events, Cedric Below, Business Development Manager, Thomas Lamatch, Tournament Director, and Fabrice Wilhelm, Director of Poker for SBM. It's been another amazing event here in Monte Carlo, here in the Salle des Etoiles. After a week of fantastic poker, we do have a winner. But first, let's get a big round of applause for our runner-up, Andreas Klott. There's only one thing left to do. Give that man his trophy, Rafael Sorrentino.
Bravo. Bravo.